Hi everybody! How are you doing? I haven't been on Instagram Live in a while, so I thought I'd hop on to see if I can share some information with you and also connect with you. I try to come on whenever I can. Thank you so much for joining. I'm just gonna hang out here until some other people join. So yes, I haven't done Instagram Live in a while, and I thought it would be good, and I finally have some time to just kind of sit down and relax and really be able to be present with everybody. Um, welcome. So today for Instagram Live, I get questions about the materials that I use, and I know that I have not been able to reply to your comments on the post, so I'm really sorry. It's just been a little bit busy here, but I want to let you know that I read all of them. And so yeah, one of the questions that I get a lot is, what materials are you using? What is that in the photo? And so I just kind of wanted to sit down and share with you um, what I have in the studio today. And also if you have any questions, we'll be more than happy to answer them as we go. And make sure you fill it out down here. So yes, but thank you for joining. Okay, I'll tell you at the end. So when to start off, hold on a second, I'm gonna walk over here. I wanted to share with you today some of the supplies that I've been using, and it's been changing a little bit since my practice has been evolving, which is always a good thing, I believe. And so wanted to share with you what's been going on. Oops, let me excuse my cart here. I'm gonna move that out of the way. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to just ask. Ah, ありがとう、見てくれて。So lately I've been experimenting with oil colors and if oh hi paper pastries just hit my nose. Hi こんにちは so lately I've been experimenting with oil paints, and for some of you who are sensitive to materials, I wanted to share with you one that I found which is working really great, and I've been loving oil painting. And I'm really sensitive to materials, and I tend to get very sick and nauseated. I'm sensitive to chemicals in general, so it's been really hard to find products that, or materials that I can use without feeling sick while I'm working on it. So this oil paint, which is a water soluble oil paint, I've been really enjoying. It's artist grade. It's called Duo Aqua Oil by Holbein. It's a Japanese company, but I really love their colors. It's really beautiful, and they work so well. Here are some of the new colors I just got today. Really excited to test them out. But if you're looking for oil colors and oil paints that are also okay for your chemical sensitivities, I would say definitely try these out. I've been really enjoying using them. Here are some of the colors I've been mixing. I have to clean this, it's really dirty. But here are some of the colors I've been mixing with these paints. And then I've been using this as the extender. So there's safflower oil, which I love. It helps to keep the color nice and pure without making it too yellow. But if you want more traditional, then this would be the linseed oil, which is the more traditional oil to use. So I've been really enjoying testing these two out, and always use gloves. Make sure that you do if you're sensitive to chemicals. I always recommend protecting yourself. So I have these on hand always on the side. And then what else can I show you? Let's see. What have people been asking me? Oh, okay, so I can kind of show you my setup here. So when I usually paint oil paints, this is my easel. Right now I have some canvas pad here that I've been using to kind of practice on. So these are actual canvas, but it's not stretched. So you can kind of, I don't know if you can see, yeah, it has like a nice texture to it. But I've been using this to test out colors and to actually test out some painting techniques. So this has been working well. And I have a foam core board behind it so that it helps to keep it nice and stiff. It's a pretty thick one. You can compare it to my finger here. So, and then here's my little cart that I use usually. So what I do is I set up my easel here, have my canvas on there, and then I'll have my little paint stuff here. Usually have my bucket of water there. Because it's water soluble. Oh, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Thank you. Since it's water soluble, it's really easy for cleanup. I've been really enjoying it. And it's, it's not as, I would say the chemicals is not as strong as regular oil paint. So if you want it, definitely check it out. So I use this palette sometimes to mix my oils, but I usually like to mix it on glass like this. So I have this glass piece, which is the larger one, and then I have a second glass piece that I use, which is a smaller one, but it helps to really see the colors of the paints that I'm mixing. So having both is nice. This one's clear. So I do most of the big mixing here, and then I'll transfer it to here. And then I'll bring this, like so, over to my little cart here. Ta-ta! It's like makeshift studio. Sorry, I can't do this with one hand here. あ、オッケー。また見てね。幼稚園行ってきてね。気をつけてね。um, so no, I actually paint watercolors, which I'll show you in a second, but I've been testing oil paints in mixed media, and so that's why it's been kind of a, oh, daisuki, I know, I miss you. It's been kind of a mix of different mediums, and so a new medium, but I've been really enjoying it. So there's that, and then what else? Oh, this is the new thing that I found. I'm gonna be testing this out. I don't know if some of you use this, but this looks so fun. Handmade oil paints in a tube. Can you imagine that? I'm in a stick, I mean. I'm so excited about this, but the colors are just beautiful. I'm gonna be trying this out soon, and I'll let you know how it goes. But if you're looking for an oil paint that's in a stick form, check these out. So good. Okay, what else do I have? I have my little cart here with all my supplies. I like to keep things neat. I'm kind of one of those people that need everything in a particular spot. I can't have a messy space, otherwise my brain goes a little crazy. So everything has its little spots. I have these are like my scratch papers that I test colors on. Here's some other supplies. What do we have here? Oh yeah, painting mediums. I think this is a gesso, artist tape, of course, and then here's some paintbrushes, some that I've been trying out, see how it goes. So this is kind of like my oil painting cart right here. And I have another cart here, separate. Oh, Skippy, oh, sleeping. So this is where I have my other supplies that I kind of cart around the studio, more for when I do watercolor painting. So this is some cloth that I use to wipe the brushes, some other paints. Oh, so for those of you who think that art materials are non-toxic, I have to tell you, I have to use one of these when I use acrylic paints because it gives me the craziest headache. So I do still do acrylic painting, but I have to protect myself, otherwise I get very sick. So don't be ashamed to protect yourself when you do work. What else do I have here? These are the gloves I use for protection. It's just pastels down there. Okay, now what else can I show you around the studio? What have people been asking? Oh yeah. Let's see, where are my watercolors? So this is more of my usual setup, and I know some of you who have known my work maybe know that my base is watercolor painting. That's kind of where I feel really comfortable, and that's where I started. But I tend to like to use Arches watercolor paper. Also, another paper that I really love is this Moulin du Roi. It's so creamy, dreamy, just so good. I love this paper a lot. And the other one I use quite often is this one, the Acquarello Fabriano. Really good paper. So if you're looking for nice artist grade, professional quality papers, these three I would definitely recommend. At least the ones that I've tried. From all the different ones, I would definitely recommend these. What else is here? Oh, under here, so you know the Moulin du Roi. Here's the big scroll version I've been using. Oh, it's very linty right now, but so I tend to have one on the table so I can kind of roll it out and do like a big piece if need be. And then I don't have really anything out right now because I kind of cleaned up the studio this morning, but here are some of the color pencils I've been using lately. These are really great. I love these. And then some watercolor pencils that I've been using. I know some people have been asking about that, so here are the ones that I've really been enjoying. It's the same company from these, but for watercolors basically. So you get a watercolor in a pencil, which is great. And I've been trying different kinds. This is another brand that I tried. Oh, is it the same one? Maybe it's the same one, just a different color pencil. Okay. And then here are all my brushes, watercolor brushes. I'm such a brush hoarder, as you can tell. I love collecting brushes because you get so many fun things to do, although I usually only use one. So of my favorites are, oh, thank you for the hearts. So my top favorite brush is this guy right here. Can you guys see it? How do I get it so it's not, oh, it's upside down. Well, it says Escoda Perla, but it's one of my favorite brushes to use because the point stays. I've used this brush a lot for watercolor painting, and the point stays really nicely. I love it. I love this brush. So if you're looking for a nice quality watercolor brush that is synthetic, I would definitely recommend this brush. It's really good quality brush. And then the other brush that I like to use often, is this silver black velvet brush. I think it's supposed to be a synthetic squirrel brush for watercolor, but this one also is really fun to use. It's like super soft. But I love it. I love it so much. And it's very soft. It holds a lot of water and a lot of pigment, so you could just mop it on. And the other one that I've been using recently for fun is this big gigantic one. I know I've introduced this guy a few times, but he's the biggest brush I own. It's by Da Vinci, top acrylic watercolor brush, but he's big. And when I do the big pieces, for example, on that roll, for example, this is the guy that I usually use. He's a little bit stiff, and but he keeps a nice point. I don't know why I'm saying he. Could be a she, but I really love this one as well. So if you're looking for a nice big hardy brush, definitely check this out. I'm gonna kind of walk around here and see what I can share with you. Do you guys want to see what watercolor paints I use? I don't know if anybody's interested in that at all. If you are, I can show you. So the brand of watercolor paint that I really like to work with is, hold on, can I open this? Sorry, I'm gonna put you guys down for a second here. I have to open. Okay. Okay, so the watercolor that I like to use is this one. Schmink. Oh man, someone told me how to pronounce this before. Pronounce it. Okay. Mata ne. Anyways, this is the watercolor paint that I really love using because it's so smooth and the colors are just vibrant. It's a really beautiful watercolor paint, and if you're looking for one you want to try, I definitely say check this out. The other one that I like using, do I have it? Oh, hold on a second. See, again, everything has to have its own little place in my studio, otherwise it drives me nuts. Let's see if I can grab it here. Do I have one? Oh, yes. Here's the other brand that I like using, this M-Gram. They don't have as many, ooh, can you guys see that? It's a little blurry. Okay. They don't have that many colors compared to the other brands, but if you're into mixing colors and you want something that's made in the US that has a really nice pigment, and they're all about trying to keep it, as eco-friendly as possible, then definitely check them out. They're a really good brand. I like them a lot. Okay. I don't know. I don't have much in my studio, but I like to keep it simple, and I like to make sure that it's not too crowded in here, and I like to stay focused, and so that's usually my arsenal of stuff. And other than that, it's pretty much just going into it and painting. Now, before you all go, oh, again, if you have any questions, more than happy to answer them while I'm on today. I wanted to share with you a few magazines that I've been reading. And for those who are interested in art magazines, there are some that I wanted to recommend, so that I get that question too, like, what are you reading? Or, what is interesting to you at the moment or something. So I wanted to share with you some books before I go. So if you are looking for some art magazines to look into, there's a lot of great ones out there, and I think it really depends on. Oh, someone's at the door. Should I go get it? Do you guys want to come see? No, I'll go get it later. So there's a lot of great art magazines out there, and I think it depends on what you're interested in, but I really love magazines that kind of intersect not just really hardcore art, but I love lifestyle and philosophies and ways of thinking and things like that. So that's the type of magazines I like, but a few that I do enjoy reading and subscribing to or picking up at the bookstore. The first one is this one, Obscura magazine. I had the privilege of having some work featured in their magazine I think it's been a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. And ever since then, I really loved their publication. It's both in Chinese and English. So, my glasses. Chinese and English, and they're based out of Hong Kong. So if you're interested in following some creatives in different fields, they're not just painters, but there's ceramicists, photographers, and just different people doing creative work. It's a really great magazine, and the writing in it is really good. So definitely check them out. Obscura magazine. So that's the first one. And then the second one, itchy. Okay, the second one that I have recently been enjoying following and reading is Bomb Magazine. I don't know, I'm sure many of you know. I believe they're out of New York, but this book is more, or this magazine is more interviews of artists, and it kind of helps you to think about how artists are approaching their practice, their process, why they do what they do, and things like that. So I haven't been reading this magazine for a long time, so I don't know too much of the history of what is been written in here. I just know that it's been around for a long time, and it's a very respected, good art magazine. So if you're interested more in interviews and want to look inside the heads of artists, I would say check this out. Bomb Magazine, nice and good. So that's the second one. And then the last one, this is probably my all-time favorite art magazine, just because my background's in design and I'm a sucker for good, nice type and good design. So this is probably my favorite. Not to say the others are not good. There's many good ones out there, but I just feel very drawn to this magazine, and it's Elephant Magazine. It's an art magazine. I believe it's only produced once every quarter. Comes from the UK, I think. Is it from the UK? I want to say it's a UK-based magazine. I could be wrong. I know it's European though, but I really love this magazine. It's beautiful. You get a lot of visuals that are nice, but the design in here is just so good. So I'm sorry, I'm a sucker for a good design magazine. So this one, I would say if you are a design nut and also love fine art or art that's going on in the world, especially in Europe, I think this one's more Europe-based, check this out. Elephant Magazine. It's really good. It's also in my stories today. If you're interested in getting the link, I would say check them out. It's really, really good. Here, let me show you a little bit. There's just it's just a good range of different kind of artwork that's being produced right now. And also, again, look at that. Just good design. Oh, gosh. I can. I'm such a sucker for good design. But yeah, it's just some interesting stuff in here. And again, not all of this resonates with me, but it's just good to kind of be aware of what's going on, I think. So this has been my to share with you today before I let everybody go is I'm really happy about finding this recently. And if any of you are into oracle cards or like tarot cards, I would say check this out. I'm so excited about this. Have you guys seen this? Art oracles? Oh my gosh, this is so brilliant. I think this is like one of the best buys I've had recently that I'm excited about. I mean, to put in the studio and kind of have fun with it. So this one's basically here. Let me show you. Oracles. And basically, instead of having angels, you're having artists tell you your fortune, which I think is just brilliant. It's really funny. So let me kind of show you. Oop, is this gonna open? Okay. Yes. So you have like Yayoi Kusama, and it tells you the guide, just like any oracle cards, but it kind of tells you a little bit about each artist, like Pablo Picasso, and so you get a little bit of history as well. I really think this is brilliant. And then within it, you have these oracle cards. Oops, that's not supposed to happen. But you have this beautifully designed oracle card, and you pretty much use it like as if you would use any oracle deck, except that the answers that you get are what the artist would say. So it's like scandal before stardom is what Marcel Duchamp would say. May your bathroom humor leave a serious legacy. Oh, here's my favorite. Yayoi Kusama. Your soul is composed of the same dots as the universe. Show them your hallucinations. Sorry, I know some people are like, what is she laughing about? But anyways, I mean, I just think this is great. And what was also really fun about this is there's a lot of artists in here that I didn't even know about, or I knew very little about, and so it kind of gives you an idea of, you know, the breadth of artists that have been around, and even designers are in this deck as well. A few, I would say, but mostly great artists. So yeah, if you're interested in kind of something fun that you can play with your friends, and you're into oracle cards or tarot cards, check these out. I think this is really such a fun little gift, especially with Christmas coming on. I'm not plugging, I don't even know, I'm not even getting any kind of commission or anything. I don't know why I'm plugging this, but I just really love it. And I wanted to share it with you. And it's by, hold on a second, the artist, oh, I'm so sorry, I should know her name by heart. Here we go. The artist's name is, oops, does that come up? There we go. That's the information. And I bought this on Amazon, so you can get it there too, but it's really such a cute little deck. Oops, everything fell out. Some questions that I wanted to answer that people have been asking on Instagram. Thank you again for all the questions you leave. I always read all of them. I'm sorry I haven't been able to reply back to them soon, but I definitely try to answer each and every one of them when I can. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to send questions to the studio anytime at hello@satsukishibuya.com. I will answer them as best as I can. Also, I'll be doing Instagram Live next Monday at 12:30. I'm going to be giving a talk at Otis Design, College of Design and Art. And so it's more about sharing with the students my background and my story. Oh, did you hear that? I don't know if you heard that last part. Sorry. But yeah, if you're interested in... Oh, okay, good. Sure. But yes, so I will be giving a talk at Otis next week on Monday. So if you're interested, tune in. It'll be live, and it's just kind of giving a short background of how I do what I do right now, and kind of like how I got to what I'm doing right now. Okay. Anyways, thank you so much for joining, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week and weekend, and looking forward to connecting soon again. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.